stupid they're doing. They're running us around.
Okay, for this one, I want to talk about this kind of emerging product category of the dumb tech. Some examples are there's the light phone, which is a smartphone, which is an e-ink display. You don't have an app store or anything. It's just very pared back, right? It's just the basic features. Or there is a computer called the Daylight computer, which is a tablet computer. Daylight meaning it's been kind of designed to be used outdoors in nature because that's where everybody wants to compute, apparently. It's a a monochrome display. I think it's an LCD specifically designed for this, And so just this I wanted to just quickly talk about how they're a response to people feeling overwhelmed by tech. They're seeing a market here for using words like focus and concentration. It's about doing the tasks, and not being distracted by everything else. And so I just wanted to not necessarily ask the question, but you think about it from the perspective of can we accept new products that are made to do less in an environment or in a context of what we know computers and phones, these devices can do, what they are capable of. Like, can we accept new things that are meant to do less? And I just want to compare that to the inverse. One of the powerful things about software is that it can provide value. It can enable things without creating new physical things. Software, that's one of the most powerful things that software can do. And rather than making hardware that does less, new hardware that does less, wouldn't it be more powerful to look at all of the hardware that has been made obsolete by software? The modern operating system can't run on a 20-year-old computer. And let's ignore the Linux distro world and the whole, there's lots of distros that are made for old hardware and are very capable, but those aren't really accessible to the average person, right? They're quite scary. Let's be honest. We have all this obsolete hardware that by its very nature does less. We already have enough hardware that does less, and we can actually use software to make that hardware useful again, right? So we're staying in that progressive line of things improving. It's more acceptable to think of old hardware being made useful again rather than new hardware that does less deliberately. And I like things that are designed deliberately, but when you think about the purpose trying to be addressed here of focus and kind of monotasking, old hardware is perfect for that, right? You could take a 20-year-old laptop and you could make a very simple, but very accessible, very easy to install, very easy to get up and running, like a very simple operating system that would turn an old laptop into a typewriter, like into a typing machine. It can utilize the keyboard, the screen, and the USB ports for portable storage, or the internet connection for cloud storage. But there's nothing stopping that from existing. And it might be a little more difficult with old phone hardware and the way that it's tied to proprietary software. So we can leave that aside. But as far as computers go, we have no shortage of old hardware that does less, but we do have a shortage of software that can make that hardware alive again. So yeah, rather than new hardware that does less, new software that can make old hardware do more or useful again.